The Gran Turismo series is among a rare selection of racing game franchises that can shape the taste of any car enthusiast. You may see a fun car in the dealership or get one as a prize car, take it for a spin, and boom, all of a sudden you're now a fan of that car or brand. And for me, one of these brands is Suzuki. Explaining my reasoning behind this is actually quite simple, as although Suzuki may not be the biggest Japanese car brand out there, they certainly know how to pack a lot of power into small packages. Just like your mother. They've got a wide range of popular and arguably iconic compact cars like the Jimny, the Swift, and of course the Gigachino. And when they aren't bound by any government mandated size limits, they come up with stuff like this. Now, considering what I've just said, I wanted to see if I could actually complete a Gran Turismo game with said car brand, and once I was finally able to play Gran Turismo 5 again, it didn't take long for me to connect the dots and prove to you all why this, out of all the big Japanese car brands, is my most beloved one. This is the story of how I tried to beat Gran Turismo 5 using only Suzukis. Before we start racing, let's set the stage first, as Gran Turismo 5 is a little bit different in terms of progression and events compared to the previous installments. I'll talk about most of these once they become relevant, but one of the advantages I have right away is that Suzuki has quite a variety of used and new cars to buy as a starter car. This ranges from the ability to go straight to the worst looking car of the entire game, all the way up to a few premium cars of which the models still hold up really well, even today. But if you know me or this channel well enough, you already know what I'm going to start out with. The myth, the legend, the one and only Gigachino. For those of you out of the loop, the Suzuki Cappuccino has been the halo car in 2 of my previous challenge runs, where it punched far above its weight, in the most literal sense, thanks to its great weight balance and nimbleness, so starting out in one of these in a Suzuki only run is essentially a no-brainer move. Since this was my first time playing Gran Turismo 5 in over a decade, however, I first wanted to test myself at the good old license center, where I tried to obtain all gold trophies in the National B license. Although these licenses are completely optional in GT5, it was a good way to get myself accustomed to a new physics model. The tests here are on about the same level as Gran Turismo 4 in terms of difficulty, except for B5 and B6 because they're in French cars of course. So I got through the 10 tests in about 30 minutes, which not only gave me a few valuable player levels, which I'll talk about in a second, but also a jump scare for some reason. I love how the GT guy is just roaring like that. Anyway, those player levels allow me to join virtually any beginner league event, and this tiny powerhouse I bought is a perfect fit for the K-Car Cup, where I performed exactly as you would expect. In fact, it only took me about 1.5 laps to start pulling stuff like this. Oh, come on, come on! Oh, the downshift oversteer on the slide. 64 horsepower diff. With that first win in the bag, I was ready to give my Cappuccino some upgrades. Since I also did a few special events like the Top Gear Challenge and the Geoff Jordan NASCAR Driving School.
Hi, I'm Jeff Gordon, professional NASCAR driver.
I had over 65 grand to spend, and spending I did. From completely overhauling the drivetrain to making it even lighter than it already is, I had given it nearly double its horsepower figure while also reducing the weight by about 50 kilos, which got me confident enough to try my hand at the Rear-Wheel Drive Cup, a competition made up of full-size rear-wheel drive sports and luxury cars. Obviously, I expected my chances here to be pretty slim, but if the past has taught us anything, it is that no sports car is safe from the might of the Gigachino. Oh, the sound! The sound! The sound! It's so much slower than the rest, but I don't care. Oh, they're so slow for the corners, actually. Look at this. Yes! Yes! I'm getting swarmed. I'm getting absolutely swarmed right now. Oh, the braking. Keep it going. Eee, ow. I think I can win this. I think I have a shot at this. I think. Unless. Come on. Fair overtake. Fair overtake. Come on. No way. No way I can win. No way. There's no way I can win this race. Oh god, they're coming in. They're coming. They're swarming me. No way. There's no way I got P2 at least. There's no way. They literally started swarming me. Let's give this car grip TM. Oh, the braking power on this car. No chance for that S2000. Oh, the easy pass on the inside. Oh, the difference. The difference. Holy shit, dude. The difference is unmeasurable. Absolutely ridiculous. To summarize this hour of racing, I had the absolute time of my life wrangling the Suzuki Cappuccino around some of Gran Turismo's older and newer tracks. Oh, wait. Whee! There you go. I also got my first taste of capering a couple of times, which is one of my personal favorite racetracks from the PS3 era of Gran Turismo games. This relatively successful run gave me another bunch of cash and XP, and together with some more special events like the Mercedes Academy, I was already building up a very healthy purse. I also obtained the next 2 licenses and completed the Clubman Cup, where the car is now completely embarrassing cars with more than double the power. All of this domination by the fully upgraded Gigachino was pretty fun and all, but I wasn't done with this car yet. There was actually one more modification I could apply, and if you're a bit familiar with this game, you know that the last remaining upgrade is a racing modification. Just like the first 2 GT games, GT5 allows you to give certain premium cars a full-on race car makeover, which gives it more power, less weight, an updated interior and a full aero kit with adjustable downforce. Unsurprisingly, doing this is pretty expensive. In fact, it's nearly 8 times the cost of a stock cappuccino. But now that I had earned over 3 times that amount, I was ready to create one of the coolest looking and fastest cappuccinos the world has ever seen. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the Omega Chino. Sporting a racing livery where it draws its name from, together with a very snazzy looking orange, which is both a nod to my channel logo and my nationality, this thing was ready to dominate. Oh, and it's somehow still counted as a K-car, so hold on. With those 2 cakewalk victories out of the way, you would likely expect me to take on a few more events against sports cars. But strangely, Gran Turismo 5 has a lot less of these races than you might expect, and those that do exist are sometimes locked behind higher levels. However, one event that was available turned out to be the Tuning Car Grand Prix, the exact event that immortalized the Gigachino in Gran Turismo 4. This time, however, I had to contend with double the grid size and races that are more than twice as long. Will the Omega Chino be able to claim another victory? There's only one way to find out. Let's see if we can catch him in the S's here. 5 laps on Suzuka should be good enough. Yeah, okay, I'm keeping up easily, keeping up in the corners. Look at this. Oh, look at the grip difference with the racing soft. Yeah, the grip difference is definitely there. They're on the outside, no problem. Light work. Yeah, they're so much faster in the straights. This could be tough. It depends on what races we're gonna get in this championship. They're all trying to pass me. And then the R1 career comes up and I can just catch right back up to the guy in front of me. Very close. Between 19 thousandths of a second to not lose P3. This race made a bunch of things very clear. First of all, I wasn't fully dialed in with the car yet, as I made a few costly mistakes that made me lose out on a potential second place finish. Secondly, the lack of nitrous in this game made me a sitting duck on the straights, as exceeding 200 km per hour was a genuine challenge in this thing. Besides those 2 problems though, everything else seemed to be completely fine. The car had a ridiculous amount of cornering grip, which turned the first sector of Suzuka into a personal stomping ground, where I could reclaim all the time lost on the straights. That was until I saw where the second race was at. What's the next race? Oh my god, it's Daytona, man. Oh, this is lethal. Yep, the second race in this event was at the Daytona Road Course. Exactly the kind of track I don't want to see when driving the Gigachino. So instead of my current objective being to win, or at least to get a good position, it now came down to a single word. Survive. Oh god, this old version of the chicane is something I'm not used to. Okay, I'm not used to the old version of the chicane, I'm much more used to the new version with the much smaller curves. But then once the straight comes up, look at this, I'm just getting swarmed. The lads are coming. Lol. I just hear him break. Oh, okay. Hello, Skylines. Oh, that Menace is catching is going for the field again. I don't like that. It's already with us now. Also doesn't seem to have as much of a cornering advantage they have now. They seem to be much quicker in the corners here. Yeah, I'm already getting swarmed again. P7 would not be good here. I don't even know if it's going to be possible to win the championship because there's 3 more races after this. Only 3 more races. Also, the field is starting to bunch up a little bit in front of me, so maybe I have a chance in the chicane. Yeah, no chance. Okay, P7 it is. Damn, dude. He got you up in the banking, but again, there's no chance. I'm glad that race is over, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do the rest of the championship instead. Now, although finishing in the same place as I started on a track that did not favor my car seems to be pretty good, the reality was that my deficit to the Amuse S2000 GT1 in front was already a staggering 80 points. But with 3 races to go and the next one being back on familiar grounds, it was time to see if a comeback was still on the cards. Immediately I'm just getting swarmed, and I'm in last place. That's a great start. Okay, this is where I can get the grip advantage to work for me. There you go. That's more like it. Oh, he's already there, man. What the hell? Should probably block him on purpose, but yeah, look at he's just so much faster than everyone else. That's our S2000. I catch him another signature outside move. All the way from Narnia. All the way from Narnia. With the Omega Chino having a much better time at Grand Valley Speedway, thanks to it having only one back straight I should really worry about, I was able to make the most out of the car's grip advantage and start a battle for the lead. But with a certain Nixon in the S2000 sitting in the mix for a win as well, I had to get a little bit more creative if I actually wanted to make this comeback happen. It's only good because now I can actually I can block him even more. Without giving him any chance to catch up to those guys in front of me, it's always good. Oh my god, the momentum on that S2K is insane. I'm just slowing down on purpose because I have to. There's no other choice, otherwise I may have an issue. Dude, he's already catching back up, dude. What the hell? I think it's possessed. He's already here. Like, ridiculous stuff, man. He's meant to be long enough so I can actually win the race, but wow. Now, I could have also punted the S2000 off, but I wasn't really keen on winning it that way. So I simply tried to back it up a bit in the final lap. Despite doing so, we easily got second place back within a few corners, so with not much else I could do, I just blocked it at the finish line to claim my first victory in the championship. The penultimate race will be on yet another track that would favor my car, as I would have my very first night race as Special Stage Route 5. The long string of medium speed corners was all I would need to work my way up the field, but that didn't stop the long back straight from becoming total chaos at the end of the first lap. Oh my god. Yeah, this is... I don't think it's winnable. He's already in my ass. Look at all the cars just like trying to pass me. It's total chaos behind me. It's total chaos, dude. One saving grace I got out of this though was that I was able to block the S2000 some more, bumping it down into 6th place while leaving me free to go and hunt for the lead. And it only took me one additional lap to accomplish that. All I had to hope for now was that Nixon wouldn't catch up fast enough. But as the lap counter ticked down, that simply didn't happen. Okay, I gained 2 seconds in that lap. Oh, he's P3. Oh no, he's P3. Please don't go P2. It's... oh my god, dude. Like, look how much on the map he's gaining. Look how much on the map he's gaining in the final lap. He went from like P5 being stuck in traffic to P2 and instantly making like a 2-second gap with the guy behind him. It's ridiculous. Even with a second consecutive win, I was still left with a 30-point deficit into the final race. And since that track had to be yet another one where acceleration is king, I could only watch as my already slim chances of a championship victory would fade away on the horizon. Oh, the S2000 is already... oh my... yeah, I think it is over. The S2000 is already in the pack, in the lead pack ahead of me. No, the S2000 is gone. He's so far ahead already. Ridiculous machine, man. I should have multiple. Yeah, there's no way I can block them all. There was no way I was gonna be able to block them all. Sadly, that Amuse S2000 GT1 simply proved to be too strong for the Omega Chino, but I was at least proud of getting second place in the championship with a car that averaged only a quarter the horsepower of my opponents. It also served as a good practice run for next time, and since I gained another level for it, I was now able to enter the Turbo Sports League against a few more road cars. And the goal here was simple: to return to winning ways. After completing this event, I shifted my attention towards something completely different: the Gran Turismo Rally events. These are racing events taking place at point-to-point tracks made using the track creator, where your finishing position is based on your total time throughout all stages, just like a real rally. I decided to join the tarmac rally, and since it was against other road cars, all I had to do was to equip some sports tires, and off I went. Even though I was initially not well prepared for the amount of grip I would lose because of this, it was still a blast to zip through these procedurally generated Tuscany roads, with the Omega Chino proving to be more than capable in winning all but one stage. This led to me winning the whole thing with well over 20 seconds to spare. After this, I decided to do some more Mercedes Driving Academy races, then took my beloved race car to Red Bull's Hangar 7 to take some hard photos, and called it a day. That is cool. That is a picture that goes hard. Feel free to screenshot right now. Once I returned to continue, I first gave the Omega Chino a good shakedown at one of the Japanese 90 events I missed previously. And after having a pretty straightforward victory here, I was warmed up to tackle the Tuning Car Grand Prix once again. But once I started the championship at Suzuka again, everything felt a bit off. I'm 17 seconds behind already, what the hell? And I'm gonna be last. If I can someone stay P9, that would actually be better than nothing, at least. I'm already 20. I mean, like, I'm gonna be literally 30 seconds behind by the end. Oh, ow. By the end of this race. Somehow managed to actually get wheel spin on exit. Okay, yeah, forget it. I completely forgot that the AI is actually pretty strong for these corners now. Oh my god, I'm absolutely chanceless here. Oh, they're just flying past me. Those roofs are literally having no chill. So yeah, this is where I gain all my time back basically, but then again, now just my speed just absolutely takes a nosedive compared to the rest. Nah, I think this is not possible. Nah, I've given up. There's literally no way I would be able to even get P10 there. All of a sudden, I wasn't even competing for a good position anymore. It instead turned to trying my best to not even finish in last place. Was this down to me being worse off, or did the AI decide to finally wake up a bit? Well, the answer is yes, and yes. First off, in between this and the previous stream, I played a bit of Gran Turismo 5 with this guy. Not many of you know who he is by face, but you probably know him from his guides, as this person who's tuning a car here as we speak is none other than T-Kanji. And for this stream, I had updated the game and installed the Gran Turismo 5 Master Mod, which adds a ton of quality of life improvements, like making all cars available in the dealership and making cosmetic items like colors easier to obtain. But more importantly, the mod also makes the opponents faster. This was instantly noticeable when doing another race I won previously, as the Lotus Esprit ahead of me was now way faster than it was before. But there was also another reason which I only realized while working on this video. You see, remember those tire requirements for the Gran Turismo rally? It turns out that I completely forgot to swap back to racing tires afterwards. One glance at the lap time should tell you enough. I also completely forgot to change the oil, making the car run at less horsepower than usual, and once I fixed those issues and did a few laps while editing this video, you can even see that my lap times had improved. At the time though, the fact remained that I felt like the Omega Chino wasn't going to cut it anymore, so it was time for an upgrade. Although I did have a couple of options here, I had already been looking into upgrading to a Suzuki Swift Sport, as it's quite cheap and probably my second favorite Suzuki overall. Now, just like the Cappuccino, Gran Turismo 5 offers two variants of the Swift, those being the 2005 and 2007 models. But if you expected the older one to be worse, well, it turns out that wasn't really part of Kazunori's vision. These are the two cars I can choose from. The 07... Huh? Eh? The Swift 2005 has more grip. No, I cannot explain this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kaz. What were you thinking when you made this? For some very odd reason, the 2005 model has improved grip stats over its successor, so the choice here was obvious. And now that I had a healthy 250 grand in the bank, it was time to see what this front-wheel drive hot hatch was truly capable of. Let's see how much power we can pump into this thing. 193, because it's already well above the Cappuccino. Okay, now the important part. The turbocharger. 225, 250. Oh, 300 horsepower. That's literally more than double what the Cappuccino has. That is already quite promising. Okay, aero kit. Okay. Oh, what is that? that is the fucking chin of the century. Okay. That rear wing is gnarly. I'm taking that. That front splitter looks kind of funky. Yeah, we have to give us the Giga Chat chin on the front. Okay, now let's paint the car. Ooh, that's basically my color, I think. Hold up, we may already have it. Yes, there it is. It's done. This is the car. This is the car to follow up the Cappuccino. It's ready. Outside of the car having only a 5-speed gearbox, this maxed out Suzuki Swift had over double the horsepower of the Cappuccino, while being only 300 kilograms heavier. Although my straight line speed problems would now be fixed, I was worried that it may not have the grip to back it up, given how bad front-wheel drive cars are in the game's predecessor. But once I took it to the track, it became clear there was nothing to worry about. This turns so well! What? I'm not used to front-wheel drive cars actually doing well. Oh, now it turns even more. When TCS is disabled, it's even more nimble. This just grips so well. I'm actually really surprised how well this grips for a front-wheel drive car. With my new purchase seemingly being a good one, it was time to head back to the Tuning Car Grand Prix. However, upon arriving there, I would not only be accompanied by the even more powerful Amuse S2000 Turbo, but also the HKS CT230R, a monster of a Lancer Evo designed to break track records. The first race at Suzuka was rather uneventful as I quickly made my way to 3rd place, then passed a roof for 2nd place a lap later. At this point though, the Amuse S2000 was simply too far ahead for me to have a chance to win, especially since I was still not used to the more understeery nature of the car. Regardless, this was still a good place to start from, given my woes here in the Omega Chino, especially since the car was more than 5 seconds a lap quicker thanks to the increased amount of power. But then we arrived back at Daytona, a place where finishing inside the top 10 was already an insane challenge last time around. But this is where the increased power output could really be put to its optimal use. And what followed was a race that was absolute cinema. They catching this car, look at this. Oh, the chase is on for that S2000. As long as I'm seeing in front of me, there's still a chance. Oh my god, look at this! It's catching back up! And now I have the slipstream! Look on the inside. Oh, whoa, okay. Look at this! We're actually in the mix for the race now! Oh, they're slowing down way too much for this corner. Well. Around the outside we go! This is working like a charm. Just want to say that it's freaking small, but it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm still in the mix for this race. First to the apex, I'm in front. My corner. Can't believe I'm saying this. We're in the lead on Daytona. Oh, this is amazing, dude. Oh, that's perfect. Don't even dare try it on the inside. Yeah, nice try, dude. Oh! Yes! There on the outside. I was looking for a way around him, and then suddenly he braked a little bit more in corner. That was exactly what I was looking for. Oh god, that's the CT230R behind me. I think they're gonna team up on me. This may be a problem. Oh yes, they're definitely teaming up on me. There they are. Right now they're so cautious of passing you. Oh my god, they're going free wide. How do I keep doing this, dude? How is this still working? Alright, one more lap, come on. Focus. I once again give them the inside. Oh, come on, please be enough. 1.6, this is the best line I've had so far. Run away as fast as we can, come on. If he passes me on the line, I'm not gonna block him. Come on. Come on, Swift. Come on, Swift. Come on, Swift. Let's fucking go. Oh, this is too much fun. This is too much fun, man. Oh my goodness. You can't make this shit up. This is cinema. The S2000 and Evo may have been hot on my heels throughout that race, but the car's superior nimbleness and surprisingly strong acceleration gave me a monumental victory. But even though it seemed like I would finally have a fighting chance, my title contention is still hanging by a thread, as the Gran guy who's driving that insane S2000 starts every race 4 places ahead of me. And since there's no way to qualify, this problem really became apparent once we arrived at Grand Valley Speedway again. As while I was slicing my way through the field, the S2000 would already claim first place at the opening hairpin and sprint off into the distance. And despite the fact that I was slowly gaining a few tenths of a second a lap on the leader, even though I made a mistake in the 3rd lap, there was simply nothing I could have really done here. Now, this did also happen at the penultimate race of Special Stage Route 5, as it flew away on the back straight at the end of the 1st lap. But with a 3-second gap to bridge and a roof throwing some tactical smoke screens, keep this in mind for later by the way, I was ready to prove that the Swift wasn't quite done yet. We're getting a full 1.5 seconds almost here. That's good. Oh, he made a mistake. Yes, he hasn't made a mistake, he's slowing down. Come on. 1.2. No. What is he? Why is he so slow? He's gonna cross to the inside. He was just standing still in the apex. Whatever, I'm just gonna dive bomb him here. There you go. And now I have the slipstream. Look at the speed difference instantly. Hello. There you go. Instantly cannonballing ahead of him. Just barely clipped the wall. I think this is enough. It's enough. It's 100% enough. And look at that lap time. It's 127.1. And with that, the scores were tied once again. With both myself and Gran being on 350 points, it was all going to come down on whoever finishes ahead in the final race in Tokyo. But despite my best efforts, even going to the point of simply shoving my opponents out of the way, the 4th-place deficit once again proved to be too much to deal with. With a 3rd place finish at the final race, as even the RGT in 2nd was too far ahead, I once again had to concede with a 2nd place championship finish, albeit with a closer margin than last time. This one kinda sucked considering the insanity at Daytona and to some extent Special Stage Route 5 as well, but one valuable lesson I learned from this is that I can beat the MU's GT1 if they don't start near the front of the field, because once again there is no qualifying. Since that championship did drain most of my energy again, I went on to do some more special events and license tests. Now, the first test of the International B license consists of a start and stop test in rainy conditions, which might not sound that bad, until you realize that it forces both traction control and ABS to be disabled, the latter of which being literally enabled for every other test besides this one. Add a near-perfect gold time requirement onto that, and you have yourself a start and stop test that took me 30 whole minutes to get the gold trophy for. I'm watching the demonstration on this.
Surface, but significantly
No,
decreases the
okay,
grip
the
and the
game is
traction
just
of the
that is just stupid, dude. The game is just straight up cheating. The game is just straight up cheating here. I'm sorry.
Eventually.
Oh my fucking god. It's over. Oh, like a check in a box. Like a check out of the box, man. It was suddenly there. Luckily, the rest of the license was completed in about the same amount of time. And once this was done, I took a few more hard photos and tried to break the track editor with the master mod, which went really well. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, flashbang. Okay. But those last 2 losses in the Tuning Car Grand Prix did something to me. Those Amuse-tuned S2000 had now defeated me twice, but instead of trying to avoid them, I wanted to beat them both at the same time. So after a bit of preparation and getting a lineup where I could finally have a fighting chance, I was ready to beat them all.
The next sector is toast. Oh, but so am I. Look what's behind me. It's the S2000. It's the S2000 GT1 and he's coming in fast. Oh, let's go. Let's go. He's struggling here. That's where I can get him. Let's hope the Porsche is going to block the X2000 for at least this lap. Oh my god, they're already here. Both of them. Ow. Oh, he's past him. It's over. I'm going to have to defend like a lion. Bye-bye, Porsche. Through the middle. I'll have to defend like a lion here. Don't you even dare. Oh god, the Porsche's coming through. This could be W, come on. Sprint to the finish. Yes! Oh my god, let's go. Oh, and the Porsche caught him! Oh dude, that's actually so good. I accidentally gave the Porsche the route to second place. Oh, look at the time I get through that chicane. Making a really strange mistake in that turn. Much better for Kirk's first turn, look at that. 1.8 seconds, I should have enough leeway. Oh, he's already here. He snatched P2 away in a single lap. I gotta run for my life. I should have enough leeway here. Yeah, I have plenty of leeway, he's not gonna make it. Let's go! Gran now a good 65 points ahead of both of these. That's really good. We're really gaining now. Race number 3. Oh my god, they're already swarming me, what the hell? What is that roof doing in front of me, dude? He's showboating. Is he trying to style me or something? Try on the outside as far as I can, dude. Keeping a safe distance away from the roof. A very safe distance. You should try to pass me? I mean, it may as well let him pass me. What is he trying to do, dude? What is he... Bye-bye, roof. What the hell was that? Lol. That's the way you're gonna play it? Don't worry, guys, I got this. Go towards the line. Ah, damn it. Damn it. He caught me at the end. Could have blocked there, but that's only fair that he gets it this time. I'm still like 40 points ahead. If I win the next race, it's over. This should be the track where I can easily win. It should be my domain right here. It doesn't really catch you up to me enough. We're probably at the same top speed. What is it? Oh, okay. If you thought the Grand Valley crash was bad, yeah. Now just clean towards the finish. Just over 3 more laps ago. Ooh, nice, perfect. He'll be too late. He ain't passing me anymore. I'm counting on. I'm counting on that. He cannot be fast enough to catch back up to me. And nice. Okay, this is an easy win. Nice, clean victory. Outside of me getting a little bit too cocky at Grand Valley Speedway and some interesting moments with the Roof CTR Yellowbird, I had secured 3 wins and 1 second place finish. This brought me to a whopping 65 point lead over the Amuse GT1 Turbo. And to make things even better, the non-turbocharged Amuse GT1 was struggling even more. This meant that I only needed to finish in the top 6 to guarantee a win. And after some back-to-back near perfect races, I could finally take it easy and just bring it home. Championship in the bag. Let's go. Let's go. And with that, the first big hurdle in my road to the top had been cleared. The Swift was finally proving to be a proper successor to the Cappuccino, but if it wanted to achieve the Giga status, I had to go higher, by entering it in the Gran Turismo World Championship. Before you wonder whether I had gotten truly insane at this point, you have to know that GT5 has a much easier World Championship than the previous games, as this time around you will mostly encounter GT-styled race cars, which are much more reasonable than the fire-breathing Le Mans prototypes from earlier games. Also, since the Amuse GT1 is essentially a road-legal GT-style race car, I was confident enough to beat a full grid of them, especially considering 4 out of the 5 races had plenty of twists and turns that would favor the nimble Swift. So after another short stop at Jeff Gordon's driving school, I lined up on the starting grid at Le Mans and got completely dumpstered on my first attempt. Now, granted, this was essentially a reconnaissance run where I could get familiar with the tactics and opponents, but it quickly became clear that this first race at Le Mans would just be a battle for survival, and on my first outing, I didn't really succeed in doing so. Obviously, I could also cut the chicanes here to make it easier on myself, but since I practically insist on not doing that in my challenge runs, all I could do was watch as I would bleed positions on the Mulsanne straight once I lost the slipstream of the car ahead of me. So after expressing my anger towards this bollard, then losing the slight chance I had in not finishing last by bidding it at the Porsche curves, I finished the race in dead last. Luckily, the second race was at a similarly iconic but slightly twistier track, the infamous Nürburgring Nordschleife. This is where the Swift felt right at home, proving to be remarkably stable even when going through some of the scarier sections. Despite my best efforts though, even surviving a jump scare at Schwedenkreuz, I simply was not fast enough to compete with the NSX in the lead. And to make matters worse, a very quick washing machine decided to gap me at the end of the race, leaving me to finish the race in 3rd place. Not bad, but also not quite satisfactory. We then arrived at what the Madrid street circuit could have been before F1 decided to make, this. Normally, I have a really good chance to win at these tighter street circuits, but this is where my inexperience with this track got the better of me. I was simply struggling too much to get through the field, and after taking one of the worst lines through chicane ever, I was only able to claim 2nd place, which in all fairness wasn't that bad, but considering my title chances were essentially non-existent now, there wasn't much else to do than to give up and try again. That first run did prove to be pretty valuable though. For example, I figured out that if I had another car to get a tow from on the long straights at Le Mans, I could outbrake them into the chicanes, allowing me to stick with them throughout the rest of the lap. And unsurprisingly, that's exactly what happened once I started my 2nd attempt.
Up the inside, let's go. The speed, dude. Oh my god, the speed. That actually was a bit scary. Holy shit, I'm actually forming a train. I'm actually forming a train behind me. Ooh, around the outside, let's go. That could have not been better. Oh, come on, let's go. No way, dude. P3. P3. The Sealker just standing still in the apex, just saw the opportunity. The slipstreaming tactic worked absolute wonders, which combined with the opponents being extremely cautious through the 4 chicanes, allowed me to steal a podium finish at the very last moment. And once we returned to the green hell, the title charge was on. I need to pass these guys fast before the 4 GT is gonna come around. Sure, pass on the grass. Sure. I'll do that. Also, holy shit, we're literally the only 2 actually in front of the track. Everyone else is gone. It's just us 2 right now. That's much better for this. That's much better for the carousel than last time. Oh, dude, he's still on my tail. I'm not shaking that GT off. I need to block like a madman here. Otherwise, I'm not winning this. No, stay back. Stay back. You ain't gonna pass me. Nuh-uh. See, like when you're about to lose a race, just say nuh-uh, and they're not gonna pass you. Okay, come on, one more turn. This should be enough. Yes. After having learned from my mistakes and doing a much better job blocking the 4GT behind me, I would finally claim my first victory in the World Championship. But just as I started believing in my chances to take the title, I realized that there's a problem. The 4GT LM that was ahead of me in the standings was starting from 2nd place. And if you remember what happened when the S2000s were in front of the field, all it had to do was to pass the much slower Ford Falcon ahead of it and fly off into the distance. And this is exactly what happened in Madrid. Even though I had a much better run this time, being about 10 seconds faster in the race overall, it was not even close to being able to catch up, leaving me 2nd best once again. But unlike last time, I at least still had a chance to take the title. And the next race was at the Full Cape Ring circuit, one of the longest and craziest original tracks in Gran Turismo. However, despite my affinity with this course, it didn't take more than a single turn for my fear to turn into reality, as the 4GT LM immediately passed the Falcon for 1st place. But I wasn't going to give up just yet. With a few swift passes in the first sector, I found myself being only a few seconds behind. So with not much left to lose, I gave it my absolute best. Whee! Still 3.5. Maybe. The 4GT is also chasing me down. Oh, that's a mistake.
Yes, yeah, 3.9. The force right out my ass right now. He's already under me, dude. He is most definitely there. 3 seconds flat. Hold up. Okay, I was slowly catching up this lap, actually. You see the 4GT is also getting further behind me. Yeah, 3.4. I don't think I'm gonna make it anymore. At least want to keep P2. At least want to keep P2. I want to defend my honor and get P2, and then I'm gonna try this again. Damn. I try my best. I tried my best. 2.3 seconds.
Despite driving a bunch of near-perfect laps, the Swift was simply not fast enough to catch up in time. This then gave me a 65-point deficit, so the only thing I could realistically do to win now was to final smash Navarro in the GTLM into the stratosphere. Once again, I didn't really want to resort to those tactics, and since it was the fastest car in the field, it would have probably not even worked anyway. So with my winning chances once again being next to zero, I sadly had no other option but to give up and try again. Now, like last time, you may expect that third time's the charm, right? Well, this is where my run started to get a lot worse. Because in my third attempt, the car in second place was not a 4GT, but rather poetically, it was instead a Ferrari 330 P4. With me being a clueless racer and expecting a 1960s Le Mans racer to be nothing compared to the GT I had to battle earlier, I thought this was going to be a lot more doable. I was wrong. In the first race at Le Mans, the Ferrari won by more than 10 seconds over second place. And since I got a rather mediocre 7th place, we were already off to a less than ideal start. But hey, this thing was made for Le Mans, so surely I would have a better chance at the Nordschleife, right? Nope. Even though my lap time was a full 4 seconds faster than in my previous attempt, I could only catch a glimpse of the Ferrari in the lead at the start of the back straight, after which it said, "Sayonara, suckers!" and ran off into the distance. That meant that my third attempt was also a failure, and like I said earlier, it only went downhill from here, as in my fourth attempt at Le Mans, this happened. What the f- Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no. I was getting squeezed and then I died. Nope. At this point, I wasn't really in the mood to do more attempts on that day, so I instead decided to relax a bit and break the game some more, which, like last time, was a great success. What happens if you load this race is this. Yes. Everything just explodes into one singular thing. And now my cappuccino is fucked up. And if you respawn at the end of the race. And all the cars will just have no idea what to do. Once I continued my attempts, I first decided to visit GT Auto to see if the car was still running at peak performance. And just like with the Omega Chino, I completely forgot to give the Swift an oil change. And after looking back, I realized that from the moment I started my World Championship attempts, I was running between 10 to 15 horsepower less than what I could have. I therefore immediately gave the Swift the treatment it deserved by also including a car wash and chassis maintenance, all to make sure that it will be running in tip-top condition. And once I returned for my 5th attempt at the World Championship and saw a surprisingly reasonable but still challenging lineup, my confidence was back to an all-time high. I want to purposely let one of them by, but missed the tree. Oop, that also helps as well. As long as I'm keeping them at my side, this is good. Just keep them at my side, and I can get them. I can get them at the Porsche curves. Or slipstreaming. Thank you, Arxie. I'm just getting care about the slipstream alone here. Good exit. Good exit. Good. I'm connecting back to the Jaguar now. Could not be more perfect here. Give me slipstream. Give me slipstream. Come on. Give me. Give me. Give me speed. P6 is on the card. P6 is on the cards here. Would be a very good start here. P6 would be a good start of this championship. Ooh, grass. Almost got one on the grass there. Ooh, I could have an insane clutch at the Porsche curves. I'm getting closer to the guys in front. This could be so funny. Hold up. Look at that, P6. Nice! P6. Now, a 6th place might not seem good to start out with, but it was still decent enough, especially since I completed the 2 laps at Le Mans over 10 seconds faster than last time. What nobody expected though was that this was the start of something special, as from this point on, the Swift would finally be known as the Giga Swift.
A super still on corner exit, by the way, look at this. There you go. Full throttle. Yes, look at that. Oh, we're moving. We're moving. It's gonna be a good bumper for the straight. That's how you take the carousel. Much better. Oh, I'm way ahead. Okay, full throttle for this whole section. Don't let go. Don't let go. Keep your foot pinned. I think I have such a lead, I should be able to get cleanly to the finish from here. Full throttle? Yes, perfect on the exit. Yeah, look at this lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds. They are coming closer, but I think it's enough. Oh, it's more than enough. 2.8, yeah, it's more than enough. Easy finish. A very clean run at the Nordschleife. 7 minutes and 18 seconds. Cleaner than that is almost impossible. And suddenly I'm in the lead of the championship. Ooh, it's a bit of a squeeze there, but it somehow turned out to be good. Come on, around the outside, let's... Come on, come on, come on, come on! Keep going, keep going! Oh yeah, that's amazing. Just fully carrying on the tires. Fully carrying it on the tires. Oh, okay. Hello. 2.8 seconds. I am free. I am free. Boom. Free victory. Number 2. 35 points in the lead. This is different balling. This is a really fun. This is a really fun track. Oh, the air is very slow here. Holy. Look at that. Into the spiral we go. Full speed ahead. Ooh, a bit wide here. Trying to make some mistakes right now. Ooh, I caught him right back up. That was not good. Be gone, you foul demon. 1.7. That's better. That's better. There it is. Straight shot to the line. And the fastest lap. Boom.
In the words of Max Verstappen, this hat-trick of race wins was simply lovely. The only mistake I made throughout these 3 races was in the penultimate lap at Cape Rain, but even that couldn't stop me from claiming my 3rd race win in a row. And since the field of opponents was now surprisingly well balanced, I was the equivalent of a full race win ahead of 2nd place. But that didn't mean I was going to relax in the final race. In fact, the Giga Swift and I were ready to truly leave our mark on this World Championship, as even in the final race at Grand Valley Speedway, all of the drivers ahead of me would fall, one by one. And then, by the time the final lap rolled around, the Skyline that was in the lead had no answer to a dive bomb down into the first hairpin. And a few corners later, they could only watch as I became the Gran Turismo 5 World Champion.
I think I've shaken him up enough. Yes. I think this is enough. Try as you might. I am victorious. Let's go. World Championship sweep. 4 wins in a row. The 4GT is nowhere. The Mark IV is nowhere. Insane.
After 5 attempts, the Swift had finally done it. A World Championship was now obtained in 4 different Gran Turismo games. And once the ending cutscene started rolling, the challenge was completed. Or was it? Because you might be wondering why you're not even halfway through this video, and that is because Gran Turismo 5 has not 1, but 2 ending cutscenes, and this was the first and shorter one. If I wanted to unlock the full one, I had to go and complete the Dream Car Championship, and since I also wanted to complete all the other championships I could compete in, there was still quite a long way to go. But first, it was time for a moment to relax, as I had not done the Front Wheel Drive Cup yet. As you may have guessed, this event was basically free for me to complete, which was a nice break after the intensity of the World Championship. I did eventually get a little bit bored though, so I decided to give my opponents a big head start. But even that could have not prevented a swift sweep. Get it? Because it quickly swept the events? Okay, I'll stop now. It didn't take long before the action would continue though, as next up on the list was Super GT, an event where I would reunite with some of the cars I saw in the World Championship. This is also where I got my first proper race in the rain, as 2 out of the 3 races here have variable weather conditions. What's really strange though is that the weather can change every time you enter the car setup menu. So you can enter the race, notice it's pouring, but once you equip different tires, the rain may be completely gone. Anyway, once I got some rain tires and matching weather conditions, I could finally get to work, and the experience was actually pretty awesome. For a game that's from 2010, I'm still impressed by how driving in the rain looks and feels. And although the AI is even slower than in the dry, I had a blast counting down all 10 laps as I wrangled the Swift around a completely soaked Suzuka. But then, I stumbled upon a roadblock. You see, at Suzuka I had the advantage of both rain and plenty of twists and turns to accompany my Swift. The other two races, those being at Fuji and Tokyo, sadly lack at least one of these factors. This made it practically impossible to win a race here, so it was time for another upgrade. And this time, I got myself one of the most expensive Suzukis money could buy. A rally car that at one point even became part of their legendary hill climb car lineup. Of course, I am talking about the one and only Suzuki SX4 rally car. Sorry for a bit of lowballing there, but this car did eventually find its way into a Pikes Peak version, although that car is only available in its game sequel as well as Forza Motorsport 4. And in 2008, this slightly more tame version of the car was entered in the World Rally Championship, so that's the one I'll be driving in GT5. Once I bought and upgraded it, the car was effectively everything the Swift was, but more. I'm talking more power, more downforce, and more wheel drive. But it also meant more weight. It also only has a 5-speed gearbox, but with a bit of clever tuning, I managed to convert this rally car into something that, unlike this Lancia 037 from 30 years ago, was actually able to compete with Japan's finest touring cars. After an easy win at Fuji and asserting some dominance in Tokyo, I felt like I was well on my way towards properly beating the game with only Suzukis. But that could not be any further from the truth, as the next event was the Gran Turismo All-Stars League. If you are wondering where all the Le Mans prototypes from Gran Turismo 4's World Championship went, this is where you'll be able to find them. This makes it one of the most difficult events in the entire game, and since the Dream Car Championship is actually easier, if I could win this, it would be smooth sailing towards certain victory. That is, if I could even win the All-Stars League in the first place, and on my first attempt, I didn't really stand a chance. Even though Trial Mountain is a track where I could have a decent chance to win, I could not afford to have a bunch of really fast Le Mans prototypes in the lead since, once again, I am forced to start every race in the middle of the pack. After a while though, I found a lineup that had a bunch of slower cars in the lead group, including the Nissan R390 GT1, the car that I humiliated in my very first challenge run. There were also a bunch of faster cars in the back of the field, but that at least meant that I had a chance to beat those as well. So with the most difficult event of the entire challenge ahead of me, I was ready for the ultimate test.
Oh, this is doable. This is so doable. We're so back. We are so back. We are so back. Look at this, dude. Oh, that Ford Mark IV in front of us has no chance. Look at this. No chance. Up the inside. And we take V3. Ford GT40 up next. Up the inside here. And into the slipstream we go. Come on, onto the straight. Full speed ahead. Bit of an aggressive move up the inside, but I'll take it. V2. Into the slipstream we go. Ooh, GT4 is still behind me. That's good. But behind us is the I-905. I need to be quick. I need to get out of here fast. Oh, come on. Up the inside I go. He's on the grass. Come on. Come on. Come on. One more turn. Only the chicane to go. The SX4 is going to do it. 2 wheels into the final chicane. Easy win. With that awesome victory in the first race, reminiscent of my Gran Turismo 2 run, I was starting to feel some confidence. But now that my opponents had nearly double the amount of power compared to last time, the first struggle would not be far away. In the next race at Grand Valley Speedway, traversing the start-finish straight was a fight for survival, as the fire-breathing Le Mans prototypes would outright swarm me on nearly every lap. And while I was fending them off, the R390 managed to sprint away into the distance, with the best possible scenario becoming a second place finish.
Although I slowly crept up to the GT40 ahead of me, it looked like I was going to barely miss out and had to settle for third. But once we arrived at the tunnel entrance in the final lap, a golden opportunity suddenly arose.
Or maybe like this. What? Let's go! He had a bad launch. Go, go, go! Oh, come on. I want to be P2. I want him to be P2. Oh, this is perfect. This is fine too. Let's go! Holy shit! P2 out of nowhere.
With that surprise second place finish, the R390 and I were back on equal points. And with the next race on the Nordschleife, I was ready to take back the lead.
No balls. No balls on that R390 driver. On the outside, yes.
It didn't take long for me to slice through the field and lead the race, but before reaching the Duttinger back straight, my main rivals were already on my tail. My goal here, however, was simple: ensure the R390 did not pass me at any cost.
Here we go. Block the R390. 905, just go. I don't care. XD, just go. Just block the R390. Keep blocking the R390. Keep blocking the R390. Keep going. This is good. Keep blocking. Rivera, go ahead and pass me. Perfect. We're now in P5, but the R390 is a P6. And with a bit of luck, I could repass some of the cars into the chicane. Let's see. Oop, that was not what I wanted to do. Bit messy, but P5 for us it is, but the R390 is in P6.
Now, initially, simply focusing on blocking the R390 looked like the best decision, but deciding to not block any of the other cars, as well as my mistake in the final turn, did cost me a few championship points. But I wasn't focused on that at the time. Since Polyphony Digital wasn't the most creative when it came to their track choices for these events, the next race takes us right back to one of my favorites, Capering. There was just one problem though. The Ford GT had let the R390 by before the first turn, so in order to bridge the 2-second gap, I had to drive at my absolute best, while also blocking off all the other Le Mans prototypes that would inevitably catch up to me. What followed was another piece of absolute cinema.
Around the outside, come on. Nice, that's the rally car difference right there, just eat the curbs. Okay, still 2 seconds. But now I no longer have a GT2 to contend with. Oh, I'm gonna have to go a little bit wide here. Yep, that's expected. And I think the 905 is behind me as well. Ooh, this could be difficult. But we're definitely closer than the last lap. Definitely. 1.2. If I can get a slipstream on the straight at least, that would help me so much. Oh, that exit there. And now I also have to contend with people behind me. Uh-oh. 1.5 is not bad. Yeah, now it's getting messy. Now it's gonna get messy. 1.5. 1.8. 1 second flat. I'm on the slipstream. This is good. Under a second. We're gonna be free for this lap. Corner exit is good. 4/10s. Around the outside with the most momentum. Come on. Oh, dude, he's P3. I now have a new challenger to contend with the R89 is behind me. Hello. All of a sudden, this whole thing just changed up for the better. I have to block for my life here. Don't you dare. This is fine. Overbrake myself. Oh, but I kept it neat on the outside. This is good. Okay, now run away. Run. As fast as I can. Oh, this is not easy. I am focusing as much as I can. Okay, if I get like a 1 second buffer, I should be free. Good exit on this turn. Clean. Straight line to the finish. Straight shot to the finish. Come on. Yes! Oh my god! 60 points difference. I just need to finish P4 and I win.
This race easily tied with the Daytona race in the Swift for my best win in the run so far, but my 60-point lead was going to be put to the test. Tokyo Route 246 was up as the final race, and I needed at least P5 to win the championship. Just like with my previous races here, the cars ahead of me were simply impossible to catch, so my only goal was to block the cars behind me to keep the position. All it took was one sudden lapse of focus to lose it all, and at the start of the third lap, that fear had unfortunately turned into reality.
Come on. No! I think I fucked up. I think it's over. Oh no. Yeah, it's over. It's over. I don't break myself. I think it's over. I'll finish the race, but I think it's over. I'll let it pass. I don't care. P2 is... I mean, I'll get P3 in the championship, I think. Yeah, P2 actually. See? Because I know 5 won the race.
Now, remember the cars I let by at the Nordschleife? One of those was the Peugeot 905, who took first place at that race while I was busy blocking the R390. This, combined with my blunder here in Tokyo, were what eventually caused my downfall here in a very heartbreaking fashion. But personal woes weren't the only thing bothering me here. The Suzuki SX4 rally car, while being decently fast, wasn't necessarily the most fun car to whip around the racetrack, unless you're willing to drift it, but that definitely wasn't helping my case here. And sure, it may have the most downforce out of all my cars so far, it has pretty mediocre mechanical grip and is also relatively heavy. Now, your first thoughts would likely point towards the illustrious Escudo Pikes Peak again, but that will be a pretty easy win. Instead, there was another car I wanted to try. Remember when I mentioned T-Kanji earlier in this video? A while ago, he was looking at the internal stats for all the cars in this game's prequel, and when looking at the assigned grip modifier stats for each car, a few of them stood out. And it will probably no longer surprise you that one of these cars is a Suzuki. But not just any Suzuki, this one is called the GSX R4 Concept. And the motorbike fans among you have probably figured out that this is a car powered by the engine of a GSX 1300R, which is more commonly known as the Hayabusa engine. And when you also realize that practically all of its stats carried over to Gran Turismo 5, together with a similar weight as a Cappuccino and the option of a rear wing upgrade, you have yourself the textbook definition of a grip monster. And after painting this car in my signature orange color and giving it over 283 brake horsepower, it became clear that this car was simply awesome.
Oh, the grip is here. Oh my god, the grip. It's a go-kart on wheels. It's a go-kart on wheels? Okay. Now we're in business. Like, this is the difference right here. That's the difference.
Since this car has a better power to weight ratio, better weight distribution, and better grip stats than the SX4 rally car, it seemed that I had finally found the exact kind of car I was looking for. I entered it in the Polyphony Digital Cup as a practice run, where it completely dumps to the opposition, and 2 races were actually overlapping with the All-Stars League, so these served as a comparison spot between this and the SX4. Now, the first comparison at Trail Mountain was not too convincing yet, even though I was mainly enjoying the driving experience in the cockpits, as it has one of the very few animated cockpits out of all the standard cars, and took a voluntary drive-through penalty to further flex on my opponents. The GSX was nearly a second down on the SX4's fastest lap. So considering this, it should probably be, at best, on par with the rally car, right? Well, there was still a chance for the quadricycle to redeem itself at Grand Valley Speedway, where the SX4 set a lap time of 1 minute and 49.7 seconds. So surely the GSX should at least be able to barely make it into the 140s, right? No, because it smashed the part time instead. 5, 6, 7, 8, yes, this is the car! This is most definitely the car! Holy, it's a full second quicker already. I haven't even gotten the perfect lap yet. 7, ooh, 48.17. Almost. But this is a full 1.5 seconds faster at least than the SX4. 1.7 seconds. I think we have our car. This also meant that this is the fastest Suzuki in Gran Turismo outside of the Escudo, as well as the Cultus and Vision Gran Turismo cars. If this thing wasn't able to win it, then I would actually have to give up and use the Escudo. But I wasn't even considering doing that yet. After I returned to begin my attempts in my brand new machine, I warmed up a bit by destroying the MR Sports Cup. Then, after painting it a little bit more orange to manifest some more Max Verstappen energy, I took it back to Trail Mountain to begin the next attempt. And as soon as we were let loose, I could instantly tell that this was the car that could do it all.
Oh, it's most certainly better in the straights already. Holy. Look at the grip, dude! Look at this cornering grip. Look at this cornering grip. Holy shit, dude. Look at this swerving around everyone! Look at this. Half a lap. Half a lap. Already going into P1. This is the car, dude. This is the car. Don't slow me down, try to go. Let's go, let's go. Oh! As close as I can be to that wall. Sub 123, look at that. 2 laps to go. Oh, get as wide as I can be. I'm really maximizing the turn there. Alright, yeah, this was what a domination, man. Holy. Half a lap to take the lead and I just kept it there.
The first race already showed a glimpse of the car's full potential. It managed to complete all 5 laps a couple of seconds faster than the SX4, and that's even more impressive considering I made a few mistakes this time around. Sadly, the next race highlighted the issue of the rolling starts without qualifying again. Once I made my way to second place, the Pescarolo that started in set position took a quick lead and simply proved to be too fast for me. But at least I was still able to bank that P2 come the end of the race. The same thing then happened at the Nordschleife, leaving me with a 4-second gap to close only 2 minutes into the race. But once I arrived at miss hit miss, I took a line that was more like miss miss miss, shooting off into the barrier and doing it again in the next turn as I started overdriving the car. This all but marked the end of this attempt, which was extra sad because there was a driver in the race called S-Base. This mistake at the Nordschleife, however, was only the beginning of my struggles with this championship, as attempt number 4 had a Minolta in the lineup. It went about as well as you would expect.
He's already there. Okay, I think the Minolta may be a bit too fast as well, because look at this. He's already here! Oh my god, dude. I don't believe he's there. I don't believe he exists. Oh, what the f was that kind of line? And he's gone, yeah. This race. That car, I'm not doing that. That simply doesn't work. Simply doesn't work.
Attempt 5. This one had a mix of what I considered reasonably beatable Le Mans prototypes in it and at favorable positions. And the first few races practically mirrored that of those from 2 attempts ago, with a convincing win at Trail Mountain and a decent P2 at Grand Valley Speedway after having to, once again, block an R92. But would it also mirror the same failure as that attempt? Yes.
Oh no, 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 what am I doing? Dude. Oh, fucking hell, man.
Attempt 6. This one had another doable lineup, with only a few truly fast Le Mans cars and a bunch of slower cars to hold them up a bit. This run didn't even last for more than half a race.
Oh god, what am I doing? I'm starting to drive really badly now. Yeah, I'm pushing too hard now. I'm starting to drive bad now on my end. Yeah, I'm driving too badly. I need to actually do something else real quick. I'm being too greedy with the car and I'm not driving well anymore.
At this point, a key problem was highlighted when driving this car. It was very easy to overdrive it, and it's more punishing when you do so compared to the SX4 rally car I used previously. This is exactly what was happening to me here. A combination of fatigue and frustration started to creep in, which in turn made my driving and mood progressively worse. It was clear I needed a breather, so I decided to complete the final S license tests as these are quite easy to complete. After about 15 minutes, I had now obtained all gold trophies in the license center, resetting my mindset a bit and allowing me to continue the attempts. And once I found another decent lineup, I was back in the game.
Time to pay back the bounty I put on your head after that one race with the SX4. Whoa. Sit down! Oh, the Audi comes into play. Oh, hello everybody. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, now it's getting fun. Whatever I do, I just have to block the Audi. You ain't passing me. Just clean for here. Nice. Boom. I'm getting squeezed. No. What are you doing, Al? What are you doing this on Z? Why the fuck is he so slow? How is he just blocking me all over the place there? Just braking while I'm behind the bumper on him. Okay, passing the inside here. Come on. Oh no, it's looking grim, guys. It's looking grim. He's gonna pass the BMW and then probably the R39 as well. Come on. I'm not giving up yet. Come on. I want to get this. Alright, yes. Come on. Let's go. We're still in this race. Ooh. Holy shit. That was a pass. That was a pass and a half. Threading the needle. He's keeping him. Oh, dude, I see an R89 behind him as well. If only he could catch up the Audi. That would be good. Stay away, you demon. Be calling you foul demon. Don't you ever pass me. Don't you ever pass me. Come on. Let's go. Double P1. I had to get the R8 into P2, unfortunately, but still good. Still good.
At this point, I was starting to consistently improve my lap times. The car was now clocking lap times faster than the SX4 at Trial Mountain, and I even got my first sub 147 at Grand Valley Speedway, allowing me to get my first win there. However, the dreaded Nordschleife was up next, which had now killed 2.5 of my attempts so far. And not only 30 seconds in, I almost threw it all away.
Oh, it's white. We're fine, we're somehow alive. Pretend nothing happened.
Luckily, the Audi R8 gave me a slight nudge in the right direction, enough to keep myself going. And since there was still over 18 kilometers of road remaining, it ain't over till it's over.
There we go, we're back in the fight. Up the inside we go, come on. Up this again, come on, P3. It ain't over till it's f***ing over, come on. P2. Ooh, bit too wide again. It's fine. What the fuck is happening with these bumps, dude? I suddenly had no grip anymore. Oh my god, yeah. For fuck's sake, dude. What am I doing? Fuck, man. Yeah, it's over. I'm gonna restart. I'm restarting. Something is really wrong with me tonight. No, I'm pushing so hard. I'm destroying my races over and over. What am I doing, man? Oh my god.
At this point, half my runs were ruined by poor performances at the Nordschleife. Mostly being my own fault, it seemed like at the time I simply couldn't shake up some of the nerves and frustrations built up from earlier, allowing for the slightest amount of focus to slip away. But that is exactly where the Nordschleife gets you, regardless of whether you're driving in it in real life or on a video game like GT5. But this one was just extra painful as it was my best attempt yet, and as soon as I went to find a new lineup for this event, the frustration was really starting to get the better of me.
Audi in first place. Audi R8, nope. R8 race car P1, nope. Why is the R8 constantly P1? It's like the third time in a row, dude. What the hell? To a 7 P1? R8 P... Fucking R8, dude. I swear to god, this stupid car is always in the front of the field. Of course, the Audi R8 is P2. And there is a one in P4. There was two Audi R8s. P2 and P4. It's always the R8. It's literally always the R8 that's ruining these events. The Audi R8 is genuinely one of the dumbest cars in this whole lineup. Oh, of course, it's P1. GTLM, Pescarolo, Pescarolo, and R8 P3. Like, it's always the R8. It's literally always the R8 that's ruining these events.
Most of these lineups were simply ruined by having a very fast Le Mans car in front, but one of these cars stood out, the Audi R8 prototype. Not to be confused with the road car, this was the one that made most of these lineups unfeasible to race with, and it was also the one that gave me what you can see as false hope in that last attempt. Even when I did finally get a nice lineup, I still couldn't escape it and its successors, the Audi R10 and the Bentley Speed 8. Yes, a Bentley, look it up. But I still felt like I had some energy left for a few more attempts, so I got going in spite of my woes from earlier, and at first it seemed like the right decision. The first race at Tra Mountain was one of my best runs yet, and with the Bentley making a mistake in the first lap at Grand Valley, it seemed like I was on for yet another good attempt. Sadly, I was not prepared for what was about to happen.
Why are you standing still on the apex, dude? What the fuck? Oh my god. You're giving me an actual aneurysm.
As it turned out, M. Laurent turned out to be a sleeper agent for the Audi driver, as they quite literally parked their car on the apex of the second hairpin, costing me too much time to stay within fighting distance of the lead group. And with the Audi quickly passing the GT1 for the lead, there was simply nothing I could do anymore as I slowly saw my championship chances and sanity slip away over the laps.
Oh my god, dude, this game is actually trolling me. Actually, you know what, I'll see if I can get P2 at least. I don't want to give up just yet. I know they're slow for this corner, so I have to pass them like this again. Yeah, fuck this game. Fuck this shit, dude. Fuck this shit.
But I was still not done yet. Obviously, I could have started nuking my opponent into the stratosphere, get an easier lineup, or simply buy that Escudo. But I knew that it was possible without all of that. I just needed to compose myself just a bit more, but on my 9th attempt, I realized that I had lost all focus as the finishing blow was given by, surprise surprise, the Audi R8.
Oh, come on. Still a good lap though, somehow. What are you doing, Audi R8? What the hell? Oh my god, that Audi R8 again, dude. I swear. All of a sudden he's next to me. Oh my fucking god. Why does the Audi R8 have to ruin it at the last moment? Just by sticking it up the inside like that? They don't expect it. I'm done. I give up. I officially give up. I actually officially give up. I'm done. I'm actually done.
The Gran Turismo All-Stars Championship actually broke me. After more than 4 hours of attempts, I've been trying to beat some of the fastest cars in GT5, the GSX R4, to no avail. I had fully drained myself at this point, and with not much else to do, I took the SX4 to a rally event in Tuscany in an attempt to dissipate some of my sorrow. All these failed attempts. Is it even possible to win a championship like this at all? Shouldn't I just get the Escudo and get it all over with? No. It cannot happen. I know that all I need is one good run. Those Audis. Those freaking Audis. They'll mock me. They'll haunt me. And they'll get me. Again. And again. And again. But I know I just cannot give up like this. I know it can be done. And I think there's only one way to do it. The Audi must fall. After giving up on my attempts and looking back at what happened, something truly snapped inside of me. On the very next day, I came back filled with a kind of determination I had never felt before in any of my Gran Turismo playthroughs, as I was not going to stop until the All-Stars trophy was mine, and above all else, the Audi must fall. Unlike last time, there was no warm-up. I wanted to dive straight into the action. And eventually, I found a lineup with the R8, the R10, and the Pescarolo Hybride, which is not a hybrid, but is one of the fastest Le Mans prototypes in GT5. And with all of last day's frustration being converted into determination, I was ready to win it once and for all.
Oh, they're blocking very nicely. Good job, Falcon. Good job. Exactly what I need from you. Absolute chat. Oh, look at the gap I'm making. Look at this gap. This is good. Now the fun begins. And God, there's also one of the seat, the Pescarolo behind him. They start defending now. Oh, hello. Ow. He's gonna start catching up to me now. There he is. Hello, guys. Oh, the third one has joined. The third one has joined the chat. I saw a BMW. Honestly, if I can block two of them, but not the BMW, I would rather let the BMW win. Oh, 122.3. That's a lap. Okay, one more lap. Don't you dare. Look at that. Clean victory, number 1.
The Trial Mountain opener was once again a convincing victory for me, even putting down a personal best lap time. And to my surprise, it seemed like a similar story was going to unfold at Grand Valley too. I was weaving through the field with ease, keeping myself into a comfortable lead for over half the race. But as soon as the R8 and Pescarolo arrived, it felt like it was going to happen all over again.
Oh goddammit, I couldn't block him in time. Damn. Fucking hell, dude. Ah, me, dude. It's already over. It's already over. It's already beginning, guys. It's already beginning. Oh no. The pain is already starting. It hasn't been 20 minutes.
Sure, I may have not been able to defend against 2 cars at the same time there. At least it felt like my confidence in the car had now been restored, even though I just made that race-ending mistake. So when the next lineup had now 1 but 2 Audi R8 LMP1 cars and an unassuming Sauber C9 in the back, I was ready to jump right back in.
The thing is, now I have to defend against 1. That's the best thing. The other Audi R8 is nowhere to be seen yet. Oh, go ahead and try to pass me. Oh, hold up. It's the Audi R8. It's the other Audi R8. The yellow one is nowhere here yet. Where is the other Audi R8? I mean, if he stays behind, that's good for me, but that ice snow may honor one to be one of the best defenders I could have actually asked for. Seems like he's catching up a little bit slower than the other R8 is. Ooh, and now I think he's passed. That's a Sauber. Wait, what? Yeah, this other R8 is a bit slower. Definitely. Wonk.
The first race went exactly as you could expect by now. Although both Audi R8s put up a good fight, with even the Sauber getting in the mix later on, the GSX R4 was able to sprint away in the track's tighter sections, giving me an opening victory to build upon again. Then, to my surprise, and despite the Audis moving up the field right away, it started out incredibly well for me at Grand Valley as well. After gaining the lead in the second lap, a Toyota 7 that started further up the front lended a slight helping hand by blocking off the Audis on the back straight, giving me a very valuable briefer as the track's back straight had already caused the demise of multiple runs. Even though one of them broke through at the end of the third lap, it meant that I only had to defend against one of them, but in that same lap, the other one had also broken through. Now, in my previous attempts, I was unable to block more than one fire briefing Le Mans prototype, so it looked like I was once again doomed for certain failure. But in the right set of circumstances and with a healthy dose of focus and persistence, nothing seems impossible.
Ooh, the whole train's behind me now. There's a whole train forming. I don't like that. That was a really good line for that sector. Well, let's hope this P4 can still be a 2v1. Here we go. Bonk. Okay, not bad. Defending against both there. Nice, park on the apex. There you go. And the both of at the same time. And now I think, yeah, the yellow one's second. That's good. I want the yellow one to be second because that's the one that got P4 in the last race. Have a good buffer. Full throttle for this turn. Full commitment. There you go. This should be win. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. And the Audi R8 in yellow got P2. Perfect. And now look at that, 65 points ahead after race 2. That is an advantage I can bring into the next lifetime.
At long last, it finally seemed like another golden opportunity was here for the taking. I was now already around 70 points ahead of both Audis, but no buffer is big enough to prepare me for what's next. I had once again arrived at the Nordschleife, the track that had so far been a total roadblock to my runs. But this time, it felt different. With the last race already showing how we can now do things I previously thought were impossible, I was ready to once again do the impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for cinema of the most absolute kind.
Make or break here. Don't make any mistakes. Just be clean. Be patient. I'm 65 points ahead in the championship. This is a good starting point. Let's go. I got this. Just one good lap is all I need. Well, that's also patient for me. Little 2 to 7. Goodbye 2 to 7. Along the inside, he has no downforce. I can just counter him like this and repeat 1. Good start. Good start. Snow is even still P3 as well. That Corvette may actually be able to block them off so well here because it's so hard to pass on this track. Look at the lead I already have. This is so far insane. That Corvette is actually doing God's work right now. A bit wide there. A bit wide again. Had to touch grass there. Did the same thing as last time and up here. You see how bumpy it is? How much it bounced on that turn? Okay, now the Toyota's gonna start catching up to me. That's fine. I don't really care if the Toyota 7 wins because honestly, he is not even in the championship at all anymore. Remember, this is all fast sections, so the limit is still P3. There's Toyota. But I'll shake him off in the fast sectors over here. Just watch. Whoa, what a slingshot out of that turn. Holy. Okay, now Clem's starting to fall for the field. He did his job well. Now it's my turn. The curve. Ooh, they're kind of already caught and catching up. Whatever I do, blue Audi should be blocked at all costs.
No, I'm pushing it too hard. And he's gone, yeah. Oh no, what am I doing? Yeah, I'm driving too badly. Dude, what am I doing? Why are you standing still on the apex, dude? Oh my god, that Audi right again.
Oh, they're closing in so much here. Good for the mini carousel. Just clean so far. That's the small mistakes. Alright, here we go. Time to defend. Blue one is priority, remember. Go ahead, Toyota. I don't care. Go ahead. Go forth. I don't care. Okay, now give me your slipstream. Give me your slipstream. Come on. Give me that suck. Oh, don't block me. Don't block me. Pass you on the outside. Come on. No way. Let's fucking go! Oh my god! I can't believe I won that race! Oh my god, this is perfect! Look at these standings, guys! I'm 115 points ahead! Into 3 races! Oh my god, that is redemption! That is redemption. Right there. Oh my god. Even when rewatching this race 100 times while working on this video, I still can't believe what happened. Not only did I manage to put down a near flawless run of the Nordschleife, only making one mistake out of X-Mühle, I also managed to successfully defend against 3 race cars with over triple the power.
which now meant that I was a full race win of points ahead in the standings. This meant that if I wanted to win the championship, all I had to do was to keep both Audis behind me in the penultimate race at Cape Ring. And with the GSX R4 finally breaking new ground, I was finally ready to prove that with this car,
I am so ready. Come on. One more good race.
anything is possible.
Too much on the outside. Actually, not even that bad. Look at this. I thought I was going too far on the outside, but then I actually got a perfect return. Ooh, what is that Corvette doing? Holy shit. Bro is sliding. And Malta's also already behind me. But both the Audis already caught up to me. It's fine. Good enough. And I'm quickly catching this Toyota 7 right now. This is good. Look at the exit. I'm so much faster than him in this sector. Oh. Okay, that works. That's a pass. I've been bent. Perfect. Holy shit, hello. Defense time. Ooh, the Audi is going for it. And the Sauber is there as well. Up the inside I go, and I'm back into the lead. There you go. Ooh, I think that's the Sauber in P3. Yes, it is. A new challenger has approached, and I'm ready. I am so ready now. Ooh, I'm maximizing the track here as much as I can. Don't go too wide here. Oh, hello there. Don't you dare. Clean defense from me. Exit. And if it's fine if I let the Sauber win. It's fine if I let the Sauber win. I'll block him anyway. But it's fine if I let him win. Don't you dare. Get out of my way. Whoa, a bit wide there. Snow's defending from the Audi. It's over, I think. I just have to defend against the Sauber and I win. I think it's over, guys. It took me almost 5 hours for a 5-race championship. I don't even have to defend. It's over. It is so fucking over. Defending wasn't even necessary for the final straight. Audi in P4 and P5.
And there you have it. I was now nearly 2 race wins worth of points ahead in the standings. And with only 1 more race to go, there was no way for my opponents to pass me in the standings anymore. So once we arrived at the dreaded final race in Tokyo, I didn't even have to try. The pressure was finally off, and all I had to do was to just take it all in. Finally able to enjoy my time on what is possibly my favorite street track in Gran Turismo history. And then, as I made my way through the final hairpin one last time, I knew that once I crossed that finish line, I will be officially crowned as the Gran Turismo All-Stars Champion.
It seems catching up fast enough. Nah, he isn't. P5 it is. GG. It is over. The Audis have fallen. Just look at this. I am a full 105 points ahead of the Audi R8 race car. What's even crazier is that the other Audi R8 is P4 in the standings. I even lost against the Toyota 7. That's how good the Toyota 7 was for me in this championship. Unironically, one of the best defenders of this whole event. Has helped me so much. Oh god. I'm so done with this. I'm so done with this championship. $2.6 million is won the bank.
After 11 attempts and over 5 hours of agony and despair, it was finally over. The biggest roadblock of the Suzuki only run had been cleared, all thanks to a crazy concept car and the help of a surprisingly quick Toyota 7. This then left me with only a few more championships to complete, and one of these is the iconic Like the Wind, where you face off against the same cars as in the All-Stars League, but now on some of the fastest circuits in the game. Since the GSX had absolutely no chance of winning here, and now that I had finally won the All-Stars League, it was finally time to acquire the one Suzuki to rule them all. A name that every Gran Turismo fan knows. The Destroyer of Worlds. The nuclear option. One of the most iconic hill climb cars ever made. It was finally time for the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak. Costing over 2 million credits and featuring 1000 horsepower on top of what I can only describe as a torque and horsepower mountain steeper than Pikes Peak itself, this iconic car is a literal monster. Look, it even says it on the sticker. But if that doesn't convince you, then this definitely will.
Oh, the speed. Oh, finally something that actually does 300 with no problem. Finally something fast for a change. Look at the speed. 360. Yeah, that's a lot of wind drag I can see, but it pulls for the turns. Look at this. Bye-bye, Minolta.
Now, given that insane acceleration, you're probably expecting this race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway to be a cakewalk. But it actually exposes the car's Achilles heel, because all that power can't make up for the car's drag created by the humongous wings it has. In fact, it shares one of the highest drag strats with things like the Formula Gran Turismo, and you notice this immediately once you get out of the slipstream and suddenly can't accelerate past 300 km per hour anymore. This made me a sitting duck on the straights, and with the AI not having the best awareness, you can see where this is going.
Oh, hello. Jesus Christ. Whoa! What the f was that? Hello. Oh, Jesus. Whee! What the f was that? How am I still driving in the right direction? What the f? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's happening again. It's happening again. Bonk, bonk. Oh, no, 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 don't die, don't die. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, that was just really dumb from my side. Oh, come on. Yeah, there you go. I had to defend for it, but there we go. It's done.
After hitting a 360 no-scope in GT5 and completing the race at Indianapolis, eventually, the next race took us to Daytona, except it's somehow the road course, to which my reaction is, what was Kazunori's vision on this?
Where does Kaz Yamauchi get his ideas?
Either way, the GSX and SX4 were once again chanceless here, so it was time to have some more fun with the Escudo. And thanks to the car's all-wheel drive system, I just drove it like it was the Hoonicorn.
This car's so pointy. Oh, you can throw this very hard. Moment for me. Holy Jesus. That's a bit too much. We're flying around the outside and inside. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. What an entry. What an entry.
And with that, I had completed my first event with the Escudo. And since I felt like I wanted to have some more fun, I decided to give the SX4 another go at a rally course, this time throwing it around the Alaskan snowscapes. After having some fun dominating my opponents here, as well as seeing my spectators turn into Tesseracts, then into yellow boxes, I decided to play something else for once, like Zapekist. We'll talk about that in a later video, as well as some Balatro. I won't make a video about that though. I wonder why.
It should be enough, actually. Nah, just... No way, dude. 21,999 out of 22,000. That is a way to lose. That is a way to lose.
Anyway, now that I was getting closer to the end of the playthrough, I still wanted to do a few more things before entering the final championship. So after tuning a Suzuki Swift concept car, and realizing it absolutely sucks, 9 horsepower from the first turbo, level 2, 1 horsepower more! I instead would like to introduce you to something else. And for that, I brought someone in who can best explain this car to you.
Are you tired of cars in Gran Turismo 5 actually looking good? Do you want something that will make you blind like a Ubisoft NPC? Do you want a car that overeats the game like Chernobyl? Then fear no more. Introducing a block of subcritical uranium-235! I mean, the nuclear auto! Featuring the worst sticker I've ever seen.
Unlike its name, the car didn't really work. Moving on, I was now finally ready to set my sights on the last championship in the game, the Dream Car Championship. This event puts you up against a wide variety of fantasy race cars, from the then brand new GT by Citroën race car to the... and a Jaguar XJR9 for some reason. These slower cars may be a huge blessing for me here though, as nearly all of the races are on high-speed circuits and are twice as long as the All-Stars League. And when I first gave it a try, the Jaguar was, unsurprisingly, in a literal class of its own. I even tried going back to the SX4 once again to see if that would bring me a better chance at Indianapolis. But as it turned out, the car seemed to suffer from the same high drag issues as the Escudo, likely because it's shaped like a lumpy egg. Since I already felt like I had accomplished enough in the All-Stars League and wasn't really bothered on fighting just a single car anymore, I hopped back into the GSX, and after fighting a lineup with not one, not two, but 3 Ford GTs, the end was finally in sight. And now that I had nearly covered the distance of 2 full Formula 1 races with it, I was more than ready for the final championship.
Yeah, this is so much better. Holy. Yep. And literally they're there. Look at this. I won't be able to catch up to them though. They're definitely gone. I mean, this race is just about losing as little positions as possible. Ooh, that's a bad line. I may be in trouble now with the GT Citroën. Okay, not that bad of a final turn at least. Let's see, can I still pull back? This is good, I caught up a little bit again. P4 is still possible here. Let's see, you know what? Oh, ow. Oh, that was getting tricky. I feel like I'm Pedal War trying to defend against 2 Joseph Newgardens at the same time, honestly. Shipped up. It may actually cost me 5th place here. It may have cost me 5th place. Like, this is actually not even that bad because I'm actually securing 5th place this way. By leaving him to pass me, actually that kind of secured P5 for me rather than being risked losing to P6. And P5 is fine here with this car. This is totally acceptable for a car that is down on power twofold. Hi, Bomb. Oh, I got stuck. I didn't even get stuck on that bear. I thought the bear was actually destructible. That's instant karma for trying to take that turn like that. Oh Jesus. That was definitely a way to pass them. And they're on the outside of that truck. There we go. Now it'll probably just be a matter of defending against the 4 GT trio. Look at the lead I have. There we go, final lap. A clean victory. And a personal best at the end. Nice.
After a relatively strong finish at Indianapolis and a win at Monza, the latter featuring laps so consistent that the game decided to give me an achievement for it, I was now well in the mix with the 4 GT race cars as this looked to be a surprisingly competitive series. But as the 3rd race would see us return to the streets of Tokyo, I knew that if I won here, my run to the trophy could be unstoppable. Would the trio of 4 GTs succeed in bringing me another headache like the last 2 championships? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Ooh, barely made. I was afraid I was gonna overshoot the corner there. Oh, wait for a single player. Okay, he's actually really right there. I am in big trouble now, and his friends are coming into play as well. He's not losing that much time on the straights, but still you can see they're 100% faster than me on the straights here. There he is. I better start defending. Oh, the other ones are also coming into play. Have to block some more. You shall not pass. And neither will you. There you go. Oh, as far as I can go on the outside. Oh, he's actually somewhere far ahead of the others. I can actually block him for a little while. This is good. I get the clean entry into turn 1. Nice. Good exit. Just run to the line now. Max power on. I should be able to just win this outright. No need to defend this lead. Boom. And a PB at the end. That is how you win against free 4 GTs. Right there. As clean as it can possibly be.
After finally collecting a victory on my favorite Gran Turismo street circuit, the penultimate race took us to Le Mans. But once I wanted to set up my car, I was met with... rain?
I return and I see rain. Hello? And also the skybox was gone. Is it actually changing every single time I rejoin? Oh, it is, yeah. Every single time I restart the race, or reload the page, it just changes the weather completely.
Yeah, so remember that thing where you can manipulate the weather by entering and leaving the setup menu? Apparently it works for championship races too, and since I had very little races in the rain so far, I decided to do another race during a downpour. This not only made the driving experience much more interesting, it also made the race look a lot more ominous. This all somehow seemed to scare the AI quite a lot though.
Pressing all of them in a single turn, look at that. Easy. Oops. I was gonna say that I almost spin out. Oh Jesus, what are you doing? Hello. Yep, exactly. As I expected, super early braking. I can just cut on the inside. And then back into the lead. Oh Jesus, this is dangerous. This is dangerous! No! Steady, 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 steady. Holy shit, I'm still alive, okay. That was almost a very nasty accident.
After surviving the 2 counts of attempted murder by the AI, I eventually managed to outdrive my opponent into a relatively comfortable lead, as the quadricycle managed to hold its own surprisingly well in rainy conditions. And as I was making my way to the finish line, all I had to do was to just bring it home.
Oh, shall I get oops? Oh well, that doesn't really matters. Still in the race. Across the line.
And with that, I was in a comfortable position to take the championship home in a single attempt. But it had to be done at what can only be described as the final boss of racetracks, as 3 laps of the Nordschleife 24-hour layout awaited me. Over 75 kilometers worth of some PTSD-inducing roads were there, but after all I had been through, after having spent so much time on these previous events, there was nothing that could stop me anymore. It was finally time to finish this.
P5 secures me a championship. I want to win this. Oh, so was the short version as well. Let's go. P2. I misjudged the side of the car a little bit there. That was my bad. Well, we're gonna P1 anyway. Let's go on to the Nordschleife. Schmidt's curves up first. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, I'm making a massive lead, 8.7 seconds. Oh, then the curbs. Whoa. Ow. Oh, good carousel there. Yeah, he's catching up quickly. I need to be careful here. Downhill we go. Yeah, see, 2.5 seconds on me. Okay, there he is. He's already on my tail. There is the GT test cars. Should be able to shake them up in the Grand Prix sections. This is such a long track though. 8 minutes and 38 seconds. I'm tempted to eat those curbs, but I really have to be careful. Ooh, very wide on the ducks. Holy, maximum push. We're going to get a sub 830 on this track. That will be pretty sick. That's actually pretty quick. Come here again, I can be careful. See, that's what it does. See the bit of a bump. Touching grass. The thing that actually isn't good for cars. Touching grass. Go ahead and pass me. Go ahead. Final lap of this playthrough. Let's finish this. Alright. Final time on the Grand Prix track. And now the final time we go onto the Nordschleife. Oh Jesus. Almost crashed out there. That was a bit sketchy. That was very sketchy. curb was not very happy with my arrival there. That's a bit too much. Making it a little bit more interesting, you know? Throwing for confidence, we like to call that here. I have to defend a little bit on the straight now, but that's fine. If we don't even top 5 is enough. He is not even trying. Alright. I just clean into the chicane and I'm fine. There you go. And just sprint towards the finish line. It has been a long journey, guys. But the challenge is completed. Winner! 4 out of 5 races won. Only Indianapolis wasn't the victory, but that makes sense. GG. Mission accomplished. I am the true champion, using only Suzukis. It's over. It had been done. The challenge to complete Gran Turismo 5 with only Suzukis was completed. And after collecting a generous amount of money, I could sit back and relax as the end credits rolled. Wait, actually, hold on, someone's calling me. Hello? Wait, what do you mean the run's not over yet? Have you seen... Oh. Yeah, it turns out I missed out on 2 events, the Supercar Festival and the Japanese Championship. I first did the former one for one last run in the GSX, which actually had an interesting oval race at Daytona, therefore showing that yes, this car can indeed be quite competitive at ovals too. After this, only the Japanese Championship remained, and to give this run a proper send-off, it was time for one last run in the Escudo. Whee! Spinella across the finish line. Whoa, okay. That was a bit too much. Can this full front? Can this go full front? I want for you. Let's see. Oh, it can. Okay, it definitely can full throttle that. I left a little bit there because it was too wide. Bonk. But I actually managed to put him up into the wall there. I did put exactly one driver in the game, and that was that NSX. Anyway. GG. Boom. And with that, my mission of beating Gran Turismo 5 with only Suzukis had finally been accomplished. And to commemorate the cars from my favorite Japanese brand, I headed to an old Japanese shrine to take the last set of hard photos. On that note, let me have one more picture like this. On this picture right here, I'm calling it a stream.
It seems like our local duchy managed to make the impossible happen. We must take time to get back on top of the racing scene. This guy, he's like an attack dog. You send him somewhere and he'll always manage to somehow get the job done. We have to keep him busy for a while so we can recover from our losses. But how are we even going to do that?
Let me handle this.
Hello?
I've got a job for you.
Huh? Wait.
Now that you're in Japan, can I interest you in enjoying your time in the mountains? Hello? Anyone there?
But wait! I'm actually not done just yet. Remember when I ditched the Omega Chino because I wrongly thought it was too slow? To set the record straight, I will be retrying the Tuning Car Grand Prix with it and perhaps do a few endurance races while I'm at it. I'll be streaming the runs and whatever happens in it will end up as a little extra piece over on my second channel. And if you want to see the entire unedited story of this run, I'll add the links to the full VODs in the description below. Alright, now the video's properly done, so thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.
You know de koelknop.